Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing good. I thought I would jump on here for a little bit today, maybe 30-40 minutes. I'll just see how this goes. But I thought I could do a show of keep, loan, sell with all the Arsenal players we have at the moment. And yeah, I thought I could do this show and chat with you guys as well. I'm happy to answer any of your questions related to Arsenal that you might have for the season or for the transfer window. So yeah, I'm really excited to do this video. I've not done a solo video in a while, so I'm very excited to do this. Yeah, big up Shay Arsenal in the chat as well. Lovely to see you in here as well. I hope you're all good. And before we do get started, guys, please do smash the like button. And if you are new, do subscribe. That'd be very much appreciated. And a big thank you to all of you as well for your support on yesterday's show. It was a really good show. This will probably be my last live stream in a little while because I am going away somewhere at the end of the week, but I'm going to do some pre-recorded videos to upload as well. So there will still be content, I just won't be live. So I thought I could do one of these today. I'm really excited to do this. It's going to be good fun. I mean, a lot of them Arsenal players I think I'd keep, but I think there's a few that you've got that I think now that I'd probably sell. But please, feel free to join in, comment down below who you would sell, who you would keep, loan. To be honest, with the loan, there's not that many that I would loan. I think it's either keep or sell, like no in the middle for me. You know what? I'll start off now. Nah, wait. I'll start off with who I'll sell because I've got a big sort of list here. The players that I think, I'd sell, I mean, Nketiah definitely, I think for me, I feel like he's on his way out anyway. And I know Arteta didn't play him much throughout the season, and I don't sort of see how he would come back. So I think Nketiah, I think in general, I think he's got to go. I think on both sides, it would be the best thing, I don't know how much money we'd get for him, if I'm being completely honest, because I know Arsenal want a lot of money for him. Arsenal are asking for quite a bit of money, and I'm just not sure we're going to get that 50 million. I think it's a bit unrealistic. I think something like 30 million would be a good price, but I know Arsenal want to get as much money as we can. But yeah, I think that's a bit unrealistic to ask. So Nketiah, yeah, for me, I think he's a player that will definitely see departure throughout the season and throughout, the summer. I think he's just got to, yeah, move on. And big up to Danger to Bananas. Absolutely critical mistakes that in a few of the young players go last season. Yeah, I think a lot of the young players I'd like to see given more of a chance as well. But yeah, like you said, there's a lot of young players that you do see that go. But I think it's going to be interesting to see, if Arteta is ruthless in the summer because I think he's definitely got to. Big up yourself, lovely to see you in the chat as well. Glad you're joining me today, Ismail Mahood. Good to see you in the chat, guys. Don't forget to like this show as well. You're watching this as well to help me out as well. So yeah, Eddie KF for me, obviously we know that. Smith Rowe, I think if I had the choice, I would probably loan him. But because he's going, then we've just got. I thought it's probably makes sense to put him in that bracket of him, leaving. I think we all know it's gonna happen at some point. Smith Rowe looking like it's gonna happen soon. So yeah, I think that's definitely for me on the cards of him leaving to Fulham soon. So yeah, I think a lot of us know this is going to happen. I think a lot of us, aren't really surprised by Smith Rowe leaving. I think it's just a situation that a lot of us might be sad about, but I think a lot of us have come to the conclusion that it probably will happen in the next week or so. So yeah, I think a lot of us are prepared to see Smith Rowe go. A lot of us might be a bit more upset about it. Some people are just like, you know what, he's not got much game time. It's good money, to get 35 million from Fulham for Smith Rowe, and we can, use that money for another position. But obviously, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because we built this connection with Smith Rowe, and we do love him. So it's very, very tough. So yeah, that's Smith Rowe for me is definitely one. Now for me, Reece Nelson, I know you could loan him, that could be an option, but I do think for me with Reece Nelson that we do need to move him on. Like, I think he's a great player. I'll never forget what he's done for us, but I think for me, I just don't think he's at the level that he should be. I mean, when Saka's injured and he comes in, he's not able to produce at the level at Saka or as good as that. So I think for me, that would be the reason why I'd move him on. He's a very good player, and I think he would do very good abroad, actually. Well, wherever he goes, I think he'll always do very well. But I think right now it's obviously not the right fit for me and for him to stay. I think a loan could be good as well. I don't know if we would, keep him. Not sure Arteta would, but I think we've got to be ruthless now. We need to make the money. I know it's good to have that squad depth too, of course, but I think we're at the stage now where we need to keep being ruthless. I know Arteta started being ruthless when he first arrived, but yeah, we've got to keep doing this. Um, Now my other one would be, Tierney. It's very, very interesting. Because for me, I would love him to stay if he wasn't injury like if he didn't get injured a lot. But for me, um, I would, yeah, I think we've got to move him on at this point. I don't see a way back for him, especially, us bringing Calafiori in. We've got Timber, we've got Tomiyasu, like Kivior, like we have so many options in that position. So I don't think for me that he would come back in that position. I think we have to move him on. But he'll always have a place in my heart. A lot of us really, really love Tierney. So, yeah, I think for me, we've got to just, that situation stuff. I think if he wasn't injured so much, I would probably tell you that I'd want to keep him. But I think because of the injuries that he faces, I think it's very tough to keep him in. Yeah, he doesn't get fit enough. He's very inconsistent, but he's a very good player. So whoever has him will do very good. I mean, I'd like him to see him go to Celtic. I think it'd be great to see him go back home where he first started. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see really what happens with Tierney. But I think that one for me is definitely a sell. Now, this one for me, might be unpopular, but I've got to go with it. I think Zinchenko's got to go. Um, I, I think at one point he was one of our most important players, and he was so amazing, and he earned his right to take that place from Tierney. But at this moment in time, I just feel as though he's a liability. I don't feel very comfortable watching him at the back defensively. And if you're being honest, there's other players that deserve to play in that position. I would put Timber ahead of him. I would put Tomiyasu. I mean, listen, Tomiyasu gets injured so much, but I feel like defensively, I feel calmer watching him, when Zinchenko's in. Zinchenko is a great footballer. I'm not taking anything away from him. Going forward, he is excellent, and he was amazing for us when we've been challenging for the league. But I just think right now, he just doesn't fit Arsenal anymore. He makes a lot of mistakes, and it's setting us back a bit. And going into the season, I think we've just got to move him on. I'm not sure we will. I think Arteta really likes him. I reckon he would probably just stay on the bench. But to be honest, why we've got so many, options to choose from. Like he doesn't need to be on the bench. He could go somewhere else and do really well. Yeah, maybe that's controversial. I'm not sure. Please let me know what you guys are thinking as well, because it's good to do these type of videos with you guys. I know there's a few of you in the chat as well, so big up Wookie Cookie as well. Um, Now my last one I've put for Sal is it's a very tough decision, but I'm gonna put myself in their position. Now Ramsdale, if I was him, I would leave, and it would be very hard for him to leave because he's built this great relationship with Arsenal fans. I remember when Ramsdale first came to Arsenal, it wasn't great, was it? Fans judged him straight away because he came from a team that was a bit lower down in the league. It was a big expectation. Um, yeah, for him to come here. So he, for me, exceeded his expectations. He did a lot better than what I thought. And considering where we were, I didn't expect him to be challenging for the league with us. With Ramsdale, I think for me, I wouldn't want to sell him, but if I was him, I'd probably want to go to get some game time because you know what? I'd love to see him start for England one day, be like number one. And right now, he's not going to do that because he's not getting that regular game time, is he? And Pickford's earned his right to be there, and he's amazing. But we all know Ramsdale. We want him to start, don't we? As Arsenal fans, we love him. So I think Ramsdale. I'm a bit in the middle, to be honest. I did put Sell, but I don't know. Whatever he wanted to do, I would respect. And you know what? There is the option. Could he fight for his place back? I don't know. I think it's too late. I think Arteta's made his mind up about who he wants. Um, yeah, to be that number one, and I think we all know. Right, I'm so sorry, Phil. You joined us at the worst time. Um, I've mentioned it. It's out of the way now. Hey, lovely Soph. Hope you're doing okay. Currently sat on the cliff tops enjoying the sun. Wow, it sounds incredible. I hope you're having a great day. The sun here, where I am today, the weather has been amazing, like it's a bit much. So yeah, I'm inside now, out of the heat. It's nice to, be out of this heat, and yeah, the weather's been glorious. So I hope you are having a lovely day. I hope all of you are having a great day that are watching this as well. Arteta hasn't given Ramsdale a chance to fight for his place. I think now, like, I've accepted that Raya has, been at number one, and that Arteta's made his mind up. I think when Arteta's made his mind up, you can't really change that. So I think if I was Ramsdale, I probably would leave if there was no chance of, him getting his place back. But I always say if he did leave, anyone would be getting a very special player in Ramsdale because he's very good. Yeah, interesting to see what happens through the summer, because obviously if Ramsdale goes, we'll need a second choice goalkeeper, won't we? And yeah, a good point here, actually, talking on that about Ramsdale from Danger to Bananas. If Ramsdale leaves and we need a second goalkeeper, Hein, I don't think it's in that position. Yeah, I don't feel like I'd want to put Hein in that position yet. I'm not saying that he couldn't be the second choice goalkeeper in the future, but I think it's a lot of pressure to put on him right now, and I think we definitely need like a second choice. But it would be good to see Hein get a few more chances. Big up Carrington here, and big up Soph. Definitely would keep Ramsdale, but probably feels he's too good to be number two. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because we've seen him play in that number one position for a very long time, and I thought he did a lot better than what I thought, when he came in. Um, but I do think if I was him internationally, I want to get that number one spot for England, want to get some regular game time. But on the flip side, if he leaves, he might not get the love that we gave him, that we still have for him. So I think he just loves being part of Arsenal, which is obviously, it's tough, isn't it? It's a tough, position to be in. I see it from both sides. It's it's so tough. Big up Shay Arsenal. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new here. Big up Shay. Thank you so much for that comment. And like Shay said, if you are new here and if you're watching this, please do like, please do subscribe. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Now, the loan, there aren't many players, I'm going to be honest. I've written down here on my phone a few players. I mean, I would sell these players, but I know Arteta's making this decision. Now, Lokonga, for me, I don't really see him coming back into this team. I also feel like there's a very talented player in him, and I think maybe in a few years would he fit in this team. But I think at this moment in time, he wouldn't ever coming back to this team, because look at our midfield. How would he fit in there? I know he did very good for Luton, and what, I'm excited to see how he's going to do on his loan as well. But I think we all know right now that he's not really going to fit into this team, is he? He's not ready, and yeah, I just wouldn't want to change that. So I think a loan would be good. I think if he left, I think that would also be a good thing for him. I wanted him to do well. He came here with a lot of expectation, and he did good in pre-season, but I think when you come to Arsenal, it's very different, and you have to perform, good. You've got to really do it. Fans get impatient, so I think a lot of fans will always remember him for being very talented. Like, I think he's a good player, but I think Arsenal just probably wasn't the right fit. So yeah, I'd probably loan slash sell. So that's for my loan. Um, Now I've got another one. Tavares, it's a very interesting one because he started off so well, didn't he? He was doing amazing. He took Tierney's place, and we all loved him. I felt excited watching him, and I thought Arteta made a really good signing there. Um, but then obviously, the more he played defensively, you could see it was his weakness. He wasn't so good at that. And then I remember him, you know, getting pulled off the pitch 45 minutes. Actually, it might have been before the 45-minute mark. Arteta brought him off. And at the time, I kind of thought it was a good decision because it was painful to watch how bad defensively he was playing. But, Arteta was ruthless with that, and I think for me, it just went back downhill down there. I know he scored a great goal against United when he came on, but yeah, I think defensively we have so many good players that can do well attacking wise, but when it comes to defence, it's an area we struggle in. So I think Tavares, I'm excited to see how he gets on with the loan deal, but I think him and Lokonga are going to be gone. I think, I know there might be options to buy as well, which would be a good move, but yeah, I'm thinking right now they're gone, unfortunately. It happens, it's football, isn't it, really? We should also consider some keepers who've moved up, did perform well. I didn't rate Martinez, but I was very wrong. Martinez is a very interesting one, is it? He never really got that chance, did he? He was a very good player. I remember when we sold him, I was really devastated because I really liked him. And Leno was out injured. That injury was awful for him and everything he went through. But yeah, looking back, obviously, we all really valued him, didn't we? We all really liked him. But I think at the time, probably was the right decision. We've had a lot of problems with the goalkeeper situation because, we've had so many goalkeepers this last few years. It's been absolutely crazy. And you look at it now, Raya. How do you guys feel about Raya? Do you feel like that's a good goalkeeper for our future? Like, how do you all feel about this? Because I personally like Raya. Ramsdale, we built a connection with him, of course, but I think Raya is a very, I think he's got a bright future at Arsenal. I really do like him. Hey Paul, hope you're okay. Big up yourself and big up Soph. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing really good, thank you. I hope you are too. Lovely to see you in the chat. Lovely to see all of you in the chat as well. Thank you all as well for coming in to watch this as well. Yeah, so now I'm going to talk about the players that I would keep. Some of them are a bit like, two players that I was a bit unsure are Jesus, Vieira, but I think I'd take the risk and keep them for the season. This is just going to next season, like how I'd feel keeping them. And my mind could change throughout the season. Like they could not perform very good, but I think your opinion can change over time. But I think Jesus, let me start off with him. I think for pre-season, I think like he seems like a different type of player, doesn't he? He seems very hungry, and he's had his injuries. He's obviously been through a difficult time, but I think now he's ready to come back stronger than ever. And I hope Jesus doesn't have a season where he's injured again because he always faces that, and it's like so unfair. He's such a good player. To have on the hands, and yeah, it's a real shame he gets injured this much. And yeah, I really do like Jesus a lot. I think he's a good player. I just think, I do wish he could be a bit more consistent, but you know what, he does good in the Champions League as well. So he might not be a starter every game, but I think he's a very good player to have on our hands. And yeah, really really like him. Definitely, so Jesus I would keep. Saka, these are the obvious ones you wouldn't get rid of. Let me think. Yeah, so I've put the obvious, Gabriel Saliba, White, of course. Tomiyasu is an interesting one. I'd keep him. I really like Tomiyasu. I think for me, I think he's a fan favourite. I think that when he first came, I didn't know a lot about him. I was a bit, apprehensive about what he could bring. But you know what? From his first game, he was absolutely incredible. He was a joy to watch. He gave us so much, great energy on the pitch. So I'll always be grateful for Tomiyasu. I would keep him, but I think if his injuries kept happening, I think I'd be open to options, if I'm being honest. But for now, I would keep him because I think he's a good option to have. Kivio's an interesting one. I do like him a lot. I think he's done a lot better than what people thought. I think people wrote him off far too quickly when he had a few poor games. I would personally like to see Kivio. I'd give him another season. And I wouldn't blame Arsenal if we did sell, because you look at our backup options we have as well. Timber's in there as well. Obviously Kiwior, Tomiyasu. It's Calafiori, who we would like to see play a lot of football. It's these options. You could sell a few of these players and get money. So Kiwior, I would be open to sell, but I think I'd still keep him. I think he's very good. I know he's not perfect, but I think he's a very good player to have. And if we play him a lot next season, we could even sell him in January and make a lot of money for him, because he was very good last season. So yeah, those are ones that are very hard, because I've been sort of being quite back and forth with that. Did I mention Vieira? I can't remember if I mentioned Vieira, but I would keep him. There's something about him, like, I feel like he's a bit of a mystery. Like, I'd want to keep him. I want him to get to that potential that we've seen of him at the start of the season. I want to see us, do more, get more from him. I think he's a good player to have on our hands. So yeah, I do really like him a lot. Um, Hey Victor, hope you're good. Lovely to see you in here. Yeah, I hope you're having a great day, whatever you are in this wonderful world. Um, yeah, as I was mentioning with Vieira, I think he started off really well, didn't he, guys? And then he just sort of went off a little bit, and he seemed quite poor. He had picked up a few red cards, and then it just didn't go different. It just went bad for him from there, didn't it, guys? Really, unfortunately. Um, yeah, so let me know in the comments how you feel about Vieira, because yeah, I get both sides. I do get both sides. Now, a lot of these, are just obvious. Rice, Trossard, Havertz, you've got to keep. Jorginho, what, I like Jorginho. I think for now he's exactly what we need. Yeah, and I think he'd be a good player to have. With us. You know what? I think he's a very good player with gives us that balance in that midfield with Rice, especially. If Partey's not playing or if Partey's having a poor game, you can bring Jorginho on. He's very good. Um, yeah, so I think those are the players you would keep. But Jorginho, I think he won't be here for the next couple of seasons, but I think for next season he'll, be here. But yeah, like I've said, Havertz, you've got to keep him. Odegaard, they're our future. So I think it's quite good to do these type of videos. Wow, this is interesting. Just seeing the ESR sell to Fulham confirmed. Yeah, I'm just checking my phone right now. It's been confirmed, guys. That is, yeah, it's tough, isn't it? I don't know how to feel about it right now. I see it on both sides. I think he's a very good player, and he had an amazing time with us, with Aubameyang, with, Saka, but unfortunately, it just right now, you just don't see him get into this team, do you? Especially with the players we have. But it's a shame. We wanted him to have that amazing legacy. We wanted him to be a legend at Arsenal, and he was a Highland boy, and he loved Arsenal. He always will. Be really weird playing against him when he's at Fulham, but I think as a club, as a money thing, it's a good thing, because he wasn't getting much game time. But it's hard. We all love Smith Rowe, don't we? It's a tough decision. I do feel quite sad about it, to be honest. But I just wanted to read out some information about it, guys. Smith Rowe to Fulham. Here we go. Arsenal accept a 34 million package offer. Club record signing for Fulham as Smith Rowe will travel for medical tests and sign a contract. 27 million fixed fee, 7 million add-ons. So Sky Sports have reported. I think that's a good price if you look at it. I think it would be a very good move for him. I think for Fulham, I think that's a very good move for them also. I think they'll have that. He'll be their star player, I'm pretty sure. He'll be there over Wobie, which would be incredible. But I think, yeah, I think it's probably for the best. Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it, guys? Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about this, because I do feel sad, but I also, it's like an end of an era, isn't it, guys? It's like it's a sad day right now. But yeah, it's super tough, guys. I think we all kind of saw this coming, didn't we, really? But it never, you can never be prepared for one of your star players to leave. Like, if you told me Smith Rowe would be leaving a few seasons back, like, I would never have believed you. So it's yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it, guys? It's a tough call. Yeah, I think, that's a good point as well. He was always injured. I think last season he picked up an injury, he came back, and then he picked up another one. I was saying to someone yesterday, I really don't want him to be like Jack Wilshere. He has a great career, but the injury stopped him from being the best. So yeah, I hope for Fulham he does well. I mean, I think I'd rather it be alone, but I think that's we've accepted this now. I think we've known about this for a while, and yeah, it will happen this week. It'll be announced this week. But that won't ever change how we feel about Smith Rowe because we'll always love him. We'll always have a special place in our heart for him. He's a very good player to have, and Fulham are very lucky to have such a passionate and very talented player. The best re- the best reliability is yeah, that's the thing with availability. He wasn't ever available, was he? I mean, I know we saw him against Everton. That would have been his last game, which is obviously sad looking back now. But at least he got, he was at the Emirates. He was at home. So yeah, it'd be tough for him when he plays against us at the Emirates. But we'll always give him that great applaud, that great love from Arsenal fans will always love Smith Rowe. That's never going to change. And I think that's amazing to see how much he's loved here, how much, fans really, really appreciate him and have that love for him. And that won't ever change. But like Victor said, he wasn't ever available, was he? He couldn't ever play. And that's just how it is in football. If you're not available, you're not really going to get these opportunities. And there were times where I wanted Arteta to play him more, but I don't think it was. I don't think he could have really done much different. Arteta, I don't think he could have changed much. But yeah, it is a goodbye for Smith Rowe, unfortunately. I'm going to wait and see Arsenal have announced it, but I know Sky have also put tweets out about it. So I think we all know it's coming now. We're going to see the goodbye. It's gonna be so tough for us as Arsenal fans because we all had that belief him and Saka would become these legends, and obviously for Saka, it has worked out a lot more for him than it has for Smith Rowe. Um, yeah, Smith Rowe is a very good player, and I'm really gonna miss him. He was for me a bright light, like an amazing player in that time where we really struggled. I remember when we were going through a rough patch and Arteta decided to play him and it all changed for us. We started winning games and he gave you that enthusiasm on the pitch, his passion for Arsenal will never ever be forgotten. And it's a sad day, guys. It will be sad when we see it announced, but I think we've also got to see it. I've got to be real about it. Like Victor said, he wasn't always available. Getting 34 million for him, that's a good price for me, and we can't turn that down. So yeah, it's a tough one for sure. Victor said, "What striker can we realistically target? Because we still need one." Yeah, a good question because I really want to sign a striker. I really want us to get a striker, throughout the summer. Realistic, hard question. I mean, if you ask me who I'd want, there are a few options. I think Tony, Isaac, they're probably my top two. I would want Watkins, but I don't see him leaving because Villa obviously will want to keep him. He's a very important player for them. They've just got the Champions League, so I don't see him leaving anytime soon. I also think Osherman's a good option to have. I don't mind a player from a different league. I think I would like a striker from the Premier League because, say, when Rice left West Ham to come to Arsenal, he has gone above expectations. Like Rice has been incredible throughout the season. He's been like that glue that holds us together. So yeah, I would like a striker from the Premier League, but I do think Tony could maybe go to like a Chelsea or a Spurs. So if he does, then yeah, don't want that. Don't even see with wanting him anymore. But yeah, so that's sort of the options that I would take. I know we were I know there was the sort of link to Slanky, and don't get me wrong, he's a great striker, but I don't think he would elevate us. We need a striker that is going to elevate us to a different level, and I don't think that he would do that. But yeah, we've got to see. I don't think Arsenal have done much on the striker front, if I'm being completely honest. I think it's gone quite quiet on that, unfortunately. I think, left back position, I am glad that we've gone for that first, but I also feel like we've got to sort out other areas because if we want to win the league, we've really got to sort our shit out, basically. Um, yeah, we've really got to solve our different areas. The midfield as well. I think a backup for Saka. We've got to do that because you could see how exhausted Saka was getting towards the end of the season, and he needs some more time to have a rest. So I'm glad he's had a bit of a rest now. But yeah, I think the striker we've got to get. I've wanted a striker for so many years, and it's taken us like longest time to buy a striker. So yeah, for me, I want to see that happen, but I don't think we'll buy a striker. I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure we will. I know we have scored a lot of goals last season, especially towards the end of the season. We had that confidence, but we still need a striker because we'll have those games that we need to just score as many goals as we can. We need to be clinical, and right now we might not be. But yeah, watching us so far in pre-season, to be fair, I've been happy with our performances. Jesus looks amazing. Jesus has been really incredible to watch. People said that tapping was offside, but I don't care, honestly. I was just happy he scored. Havertz next season as well. What do you guys think is gonna? What type of season do you think is gonna have? Like, I think it's gonna get even better. Personally, I'm really excited to see what he'll bring to the team. I'm sorry about the ice cream van outside if you can hear it, guys. Um, it's very loud. But I hope you can hear me anyway. But as I was saying, Havertz, yeah, I think when I've been watching Havertz for Germany, he has missed a lot of chances, but I still think he would do good at Arsenal. I think he's at home now with Arsenal. I think he's in a very good place, so I'm hoping to see Havertz have a very good season. Yeah, I'm super excited to see what he can bring to the team. You know how good he's going to be. So yeah, I'm excited for next season. It's coming up. I'm enjoying the pre-season's game. I've struggled to actually stay up and watch them because like they're quite late and I'm just so tired. But it's been good watching the highlights of the games. I've really enjoyed them. Yeah, it's been good to watch Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie, I've missed them so much. It's very good to have a bit of Arsenal back in our life. Watching England and watching Arsenal is completely different. So I'm really glad to have Arsenal back in our life. Um, but yeah, guys, if you do have any more questions to ask me, I'm going to stay on here for maybe 5-10 more minutes. If you guys have any more questions as well, I know that there's quite a few of you watching as well, so please don't forget to like this video and do subscribe as well. If you are new, this will probably be my last live stream in a little while. As I mentioned before, I'm going away at the end of the week, so yeah, I won't be able to do more of these, but I'll be doing a lot of pre-recorded shows, so we'll have that to watch as well. But a big up to all of you as well that have watched this. It's been super fun to do. I've thoroughly enjoyed this stream. It's gone so quick. Like when I chat with you guys, it goes like that, honestly. But yeah, if you want to ask me anything about the Smith Rowe situation, but I've pretty much covered most of it. I'm pretty sad he's gone. I feel like I've accepted it. It's going to happen at some point, isn't it? Unfortunately. And yeah, we've all been prepared for it to happen. We've all heard rumours this week about it, and I think it's finally actually going to happen. Yeah, it's pretty sad, but I think right now, I think we just got to see the positives in it, knowing that we'll get money for him, knowing that on both parts it's probably for the better. But I think with Eddie, I've not really heard a lot of movement about him, if I'm being honest, and I'm hoping that things do move on with him because I think for me, he's a good player, but we do have to move him on from Arsenal. I think that's what would be the best thing for our club right now. So I do hope, this does move on soon because it does have to happen. So yeah, it'd be good to know what happens in the next few days. I know Calafiori is set to be announced pretty soon. That one will be very good. We've all known about Calafiori for a few weeks now. Well, recently. Um, but yeah, I'm super excited to see what happens with Calafiori. I'll do an announcement video for sure for that one. But Smith Rowe, yeah, we all wish you well, Smith Rowe, and yeah, you always have a place at Arsenal, whatever happens. But it'll be so sad to see him go because I love him. We all love Smith Rowe. Victor says we need to move on from Eddie and use those funds to get a striker. Yeah, definitely. We've got to do that for sure. But I just wanted to say a big thank you to all of you for watching the show today. I know it's a little bit shorter than my usual ones, but I just thought I'd jump on here for like half an hour to do a show. But I hope you all did enjoy this video. It's been really good to see a lot of you in the chat as well. I love doing these type of shows. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you do have a great day, whatever you're doing. As I always say, please do smash the like button for me. Before you do leave the stream, please do subscribe if you haven't already. Actually, I've got a question here. Barrow said, think they have just posted about California on Twitter. Maybe. Let me just check because if they have, that would be amazing. Thank you so much, Victor. It's always lovely to see you in the chat. I always love seeing your comments as well. I just want to check if California has been announced yet. I'll probably wait until Arsenal have actually said anything, but I know the Smith Rowe one has been announced. Kaya, someone I follow, has said, California is officially an Arsenal player, 5-year deal for a total fee in the region of 42 million. I'm just glad it's over because Arsenal just announced California's an Arsenal player. Great, this stream is so crazy. So much has happened. Okay, so that's brilliant. Thank you so much, Barrow, for letting me know on the stream. So California is officially an Arsenal player. I will probably do a separate video actually for this. Yeah, I'm gonna do a separate video. I'll probably upload it tomorrow. But yeah, California is an Arsenal player. We've got our first signing of the season. Super excited, and yeah, I can't wait. So we've had some sort of sad news about Smith Rowe, but on the other hand, we have some good news about California. Victor says like and subscribe. Yes, please do, guys. I'm going to end the stream now. I'll probably do a few videos throughout the week. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. It's been really lovely to chat with you as I said before. And yeah, I hope you all did enjoy the stream. Please don't forget to share the stream as well to help me grow. Share it on Twitter and Instagram as much as you can. And yeah, please like, subscribe, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.